So I always wondered in the back of my mind if I would one day make a video like this, essentially announcing that I'm coming back. Because I know lots of people have been thinking about where I've gone, asking for my content more and more, and yeah, just confused as to why I stopped basically. Now, I know I appreciate a lot of people probably would have subscribed to me in between now and the last 3 years when I last made a video, and they'll be going, what's going on? I don't really care what this guy has to say, just give me more content. I get it, but for lots of people that have been around for a long time, which is many of you I know because I hear your messages and I see them, I wanted to do this video essentially talking about 3 things. So the first is why I went away, the second is why I'm coming back, and the third is what I want for the future of Life at Lean, and not just the channel but as the brand and the business as a whole. So I'll try and give you the abridged versions on this because you don't want to see me waffling about this for ages. But the first point of why I went away. So rolling into 2020, COVID hit, and I could see things weren't going in the best direction in terms of the business. So for those that don't know, Life at Lean at that time was my full-time job. And the money that I made largely came from the sale of my online track academy. So if you subscribed to receive some kind of free offer from me, you would see an offer for my track academy where you could essentially get a much more in-depth community-based training academy online that you could go and join, and that's what I was selling at that time and still am today. But again, that was the biggest thing that I was pushing. And in 2020, as we rolled into COVID, I could see that things weren't going in the great direction where, things locked down, people stopped riding, people were rightly thinking about where they're spending their money. And I had a choice to make. It was, do I just persist and hope things get better? Or do I go and try something else to shore things up for me and my family and yeah, just try something else? So that was one decision. The other thing is that, to be perfectly honest, I wanted to try different projects. It's something that I thought about for many years. From 2009 until 2020, riding and talking about riding and helping people with their riding was my entire life. It's like what I did every day, week in, week out, most of the time. So I was at that point where I thought, let's go try something new, because that's just the type of person that I am. So what I did was take some of the skills that I'd learned through this process of developing this business that is Life at Lean, and just started to help other people do the same thing. And I had some success there, and I was getting into it and I was okay. But I started to realize that it perhaps wasn't what I really wanted to do, largely in part because of a big event that happened to us earlier this year. Again, I'll give the abridged version because there's still some authorities involved, but it involved a car being inside our house and a very scary and traumatic experience that we went through. And it's just one of those things that really shook us up and turned our life to chaos, and it was difficult for a long time. But in that process, it also made me look at what I was doing in my life and in my business and my career essentially, and just thinking, am I on the path that I really want to be on? And I realized that I wasn't, that I maybe made that switch for the wrong reasons, and I just wasn't enjoying it as much. So from that point, I started to refocus on Life at Lean and just think, is this something that I want to go back to? And as I started to do that, I started to talk to my community, reaching out, asking people about some things that I was planning. And through that process, just seeing the absolute swell of fantastic, like emails and comments and things that people were sending me saying, how great my stuff is, how much it's helped them, all those kind of things. And it really made me realize what I'd been missing in the last few years as I've been trying different things and being involved in this amazing community and seeing the positive difference I was really making, which perhaps I couldn't quite see before. And with age and time and all those kind of things, you start to see those things and what's important. One of those things being that we started a family. I became a dad 2 years ago. It was his birthday this week actually. So if you're wondering why I look about 10 years older, that's probably why. So yeah, in all of that, it just made me think like what I want to do and how I want to push forward. And having that new perspective, it made me think, okay, let's go and make some moves in Life at Lean again. So I started to talk to people, started to get a bit more involved with it, just considering how I could potentially move it forward in a slightly different way. And yeah, all of that is to say that over the last few months, those are things that I've been looking at, things that I've been thinking about, planning, talking to customers, talking to fans, the community members, all those kind of people, and just realizing I want to come back. I realize I've missed being involved with this stuff. And I'm planning to come back. So that is where I've been. That is why I'm coming back. And now let's quickly talk about what I want for the future of Life at Lean. So there's 3 main things that I see for Life at Lean as a whole. Again, this was never just a hobby for me. It was always something I wanted to turn into a career, essentially, something that I could do full time, which is what I did. But now moving forward, I want to kind of make that a bit broader in terms of how I do that. So I see 3 ways in which I'm going to do that. The first is the YouTube channel, which I've always believed I could make very, very big by making some tweaks to the type of content that I create. I've lost count of the amount of comments I've seen over the years of people saying your channel should be so much bigger because, you know, your content is good. And I agree, but I also understand that I was in a very small niche talking about a very specific topic set. But in the back of my mind, I knew that if I was to make that slightly broader and move a bit more into the entertainment side of things and providing value in slightly different ways, I do honestly believe that the channel can get much, much bigger. So that's one of the areas that I'm going to be looking to do moving forward. Yes, I will be coming back with more content. However, it won't strictly be on riding technique and stuff like that. It's still going to be stuff that is aimed at performance riders or people that are fans of performance riding and racing and stuff they see on TV, all that kind of stuff. But it will be a bit broader in terms of the scope of the type of content that I create, again, in an attempt to make it much bigger and to create something that provides value in a different way outside of teaching how to ride a motorcycle, which is largely what I was doing before. So the channel is one part. The second part is still pushing the Track Academy that we have that is available today, and just growing that part of the business in a few ways that I've planned for that. Again, a lot of that will come funneling through from the YouTube channel. And then the third part is something completely new and something I've never tried before, and that is getting into the apparel game and merchandise game. And this is not just something that I just want to throw out there in the hopes that I make some organic sales here and there. This is something that I really want to try and make very big. And to do that, we're taking a slightly different approach to simply branding up some stuff that you can see and just, again, hoping people buy it. What we're going to be doing initially, and the biggest offering that I'm testing and trying out right now, which we'll get to in a minute, is custom apparel. So I'll probably throw some B-roll over this as I'm talking. But essentially, you can take a picture of your bike or you riding your bike, and we'll have it illustrated and mocked up into custom graphic designs that you can print onto different products. And again, this is something that we're pushing forward with that I'm really excited to try a new world that is e-commerce and getting a bit more into that side of things. And that is going to be the third arm or the third pillar of Life at Lean, again, thinking of the business as a whole. And on that note, and one of the reasons why I'm doing this video now is because I want to announce that we have just opened the store for the first few products that we are launching as part of this new thing. So to celebrate that and to entice people to really get involved, what I want to direct you to is an Instagram post where we're having a giveaway for one piece of apparel that is custom made to you. Again, you can provide whatever photo you want of your bike or you riding it or anything like that. And we're going to have it illustrated, designed up, and it's something you can print onto an item of clothing. So there's going to be a giveaway. You'll see a link to an Instagram post down in the comments below. All you need to do is go to that Instagram post, like the page, the Life at Lean Instagram page, like the post, and then just leave a comment, ideally tagging a mate of yours, a riding mate of yours, talking about, come and see this thing. Anyone that does that, you'll be entered into a giveaway where we'll give you a chance to win a free custom-made bit of apparel, again, for you and your bike. So yeah, that is essentially where we are now. So the next steps, again, we're going to be pushing forward with the apparel. Go and see that giveaway post. We're doing some really cool things. I really, really like the stuff that we're putting together with that. Still pushing forward with the Track Academy. If you're here and you like the type of content that's already been here to this point, and you're looking for something that is a bit more in depth, that is a bit more structured in terms of how you piece things together to go from, a complete beginner to a high level rider, that is exactly what the Track Academy does. I'll leave a link to that in the description down below as well. And then yeah, just look forward to more content coming to this channel relatively soon. I can't guarantee when that's going to be. This is a very impromptu setup that I've got here. This isn't actually our house. We are still in rented accommodation because of the issue that happened with our house. We're hoping to be back home very soon. At that point, I can set up a proper studio again. So I can't promise when that's going to be, but my hope is soon. I'm going to start putting some content out there and just basically getting your feedback based on, how many people are watching it, how many people are liking it, and what sort of feedback you're giving to me in the comments, and expanding things from there. So I guess at this point, it's just one massive thank you to everyone that's still subscribed to this channel, that is still watching these videos, that I hope you're happy to see that I'm coming back. I hope you're looking forward to seeing more stuff that is coming from Life at Lean on the channel and as a whole. And yeah, sit tight, and there should be some more stuff coming to you very, very soon. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.